$15. Yeah, easy pass. We'll call the work session to order. Anybody questions tonight's agenda?
I didn't have a ton of questions, to be honest.
We got a lot of agenda items, but a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory. So
Right.
if anybody's got questions, please.
There was one I was
Everybody
looking at,
anxiously
it's
awaiting.
not popping in my head. There was no dollar amounts on.
What?
Oh, on Mike's.
On Joel's.
All license performance contracts.
Yes.
I can explain.
I know about that. I was gonna, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, you want
it's-
to, maybe some of the others
Yeah.
have a question about it anyways, Andrew,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
it's like,
I'm gonna get my steps and get this.
Yeah.
So Michael has, I believe it's either 3 or it might be 4, because the painted David Martin was a new one that we did this year. So every year we put out service contracts, much like what the county does for a lot of the work that they do. For electrical, mechanical, general contracting, and then this year we added pavement markings. So we basically put those out to bid to the contractors give us their rates. And then that gives us a list that we're able to pull from in case there's an emergency, or just we need a small job done, we can say, hey, do this work based off of the performance contract prices that you provide.
Okay, so there's no number. It's
So
just-
there's no number
because we
attached
don't
to
know.
it, it's based on the rates that they submitted.
Okay.
And anybody who bids on it, we put them in the contract and essentially award it to everybody. That way, if you have one contractor who, you call them up, they're like, hey, we can't get to it, then that allows us to go to the next contractor and pull off of them. So generally what we do is we start with the lowest bidder. And if they're not available, then we move to the next. You have some instances where painted pavement markings, you might have one group that does latex painting but doesn't do oil-based painting. So if you're looking to do oil-based painting, then you might have to go to the contractor who does that. So there's different variables and why you would pick a different contractor, but that's why we award it to all contractors who
Right,
put it in.
and that's standard across all, we saw that a couple times.
Yeah, we've done this, I think this is our 3rd year that we've done these. So we do them every year.
And then any costs we see it when it comes across
Yeah.
anyway, so we approve it then.
Okay. And yeah, and if it's an emergency, then you will see it. But they're all based off of, a lot of these people put on a county contract, so they're very similar to the county contract.
so I had a bit more to say what you just said from Michael, but that's okay. No, my question was about the fireworks.
Okay,
And, it's listing out the fireworks and what they would entail and what they would put up, but I
yes.
don't see any dollar amounts about what the contract is with the.
Let me go see if I.
You probably got 2 bids on that, I assume, right?
I think fireworks we may have only gotten. This year, let me go, I think I have the information upstairs.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just didn't see any dollars and it's like.
I don't even.
In the documents, in the supporting document?
Yeah, so usually
There's usually a price of how much they do.
Yeah, I did not see it in.
Oh, let me go find that information for you. We got a little bit of time.
I
We got
mean,
other questions.
yeah, you guys can correct me, but I, that's what I was getting at.
I'll go take a look.
I think she said it, but I thought.
What's that? You know,
It did get. I would just say generally it's around 22,000.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah,
I thought it was-
Yeah, but I mean, you can't sign off on general with it,
Contract.
Oh,
I'll go find
okay.
that and get you an answer.
surprised that.
Yeah, no,
He always wants every year.
He also printed.
Oh, okay.
Because I offered him last year the opportunity, which
There's the
a
wood.
shoot
There's
off.
not the.
Him and the other guy, they could throw them
Yeah,
up all
exactly.
night.
Yeah.
The city wins.
Each one is kind of go up.
Wait, here's the
Pick winner at
prices.
the end.
Oh, it's
right?
there?
It's like really kind of buried.
Oh.
Pricing and budget. It's in part C.
Okay,
And then in my, is it in the document?
It's in the documents. You just have to really look for it. Like
all right.
see
Thanks,
right
Jack.
here,
Yeah.
part C, 23 to 25 minutes.
Okay,
And that's usually what we get.
yeah, yes, okay. Good enough. Sorry, mystery resolved.
Andrew, you're not getting no steps.
Not sure off the bat.
think last year it was presented like, they had a picture of the fireworks and then they had the price on each page, but it's a lot of.
Any other questions tonight?
I did have something from Julie since she knew she wasn't gonna be able to be here. I just want to read it out. She wanted to, congratulate Captain Vassar on making captain and passing. So she was pretty psyched and wanted to congratulate him. And there's 2 trainings coming up that I think we're signing for tonight for, I believe, the fire department that she approves of, and she wanted to let us know that. Yep, and that's it. Good there.
Any liaison report you want to touch?
I mean, I did meet with Richard and Casey, so we, for the finance, I'm a liaison for the finance committee. Most of what we talk about finance wise, it comes across all of our desks anyway. But I'm kind of, David?
Sorry.
No, you're
Carpool?
Thank you.
Oh.
Um. Did we give extras of these or I can just share it, or do we need to, this was the. The report from the, oh, it's in our packet, maybe?
I don't know,
Beth, did this from the fire department or police department, it's
that's the overtime.
It's in your pack,
the overtime and,
it's in your folder.
okay. We're just drawing attention to it, that it's here and it can, it reflects as they're going through the. Through the year, it'll draw down and you'll be able to see it and track it. And just tidy it up. There won't be any negative numbers, which was an issue last time, so there won't be a fuss. And in these reports that you get that were attached, it does look like the revenue's a little low, but things like the taxes, it's January, so there's not a lot happening in these reports. They're working on tying up 2025, so, which will be happening soon, right? You'll be buttoning that up.
Yeah,
And the revenue, like the taxes, they take all year to collect. So I don't know if I'm saying that well enough.
January doesn't have any real tax collections because you started from February, so now you'll see the revenue in February and March pick up in the general fund as property tax collections.
What
We'll
is it?
have up to 25 batches as of this week, so we'll roll the system forward next week and start to close some books on permanently.
Right. And then they'll forward it and we'll start 2026, which is normal. And then that audit process begins in March and I'm sure he'll hear more about that as that goes on. And then I was curious about the IT, the system. Well, we ended up talking about a lot of things, but the Munis system, I think you're collaborating with it, with Jim, with the committee that's sort of looking at a system that will potentially replace Munis, which I thought was really interesting. It's outdated, I guess, and has a lot of problems with it as it is. It's old, and I know you're looking at, they've got five or six entities, new platforms that they're considering with that. So I thought that was really neat. I also kind of liked that they're letting people demo it. So different departments and staff are getting to sort of drive and see what works, which is really smart, right? Because what works for some doesn't work great for others, and I think it's really
Yeah, that
cool.
is the best way to test.
Yeah, right. So I know that, there's more to come on that, but I also think there's a lot of potential for maybe cost savings if they can pick something that can work for everybody, because right now I think there are a lot of different systems. And maybe in some cases there are reasons for it. So I'm really hoping that your team can tease out some of that, but if there's cost savings, around maybe moving to a system that everybody can use. I don't know if that's just streamlining that process, but maybe more to come.
We did go out with the IT package too, so I'm sure I've heard a couple people say they're gonna be they're looking at bidding on that too, so I'm looking forward to getting those back too. So maybe you can save some money on that. And then the citywide, along with the Munis system, the timekeeping system, I think is so crucial. And hopefully we've looked at a couple of different ways.
That'd be part of the, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's payroll. So payroll and time and attendance, they're all kind of tied in together anyway. So the system that you're looking at is, could be all inclusive.
With a time clock or some sort of a entry exit.
Hmm.
I mean, today's world, there's so many different ways to do it, so that's something that.
Yeah, you can punch a browser, you can have a card. There's
Yeah,
all kinds of
go
things
with
we can
that.
How are
do.
they doing it now? How is everybody doing it now? Differently from each other?
Paper, paper.
It depends what department, right?
Goes down to the river. Yeah, that's.
Would that streamline things for you or?
think that public safety has the most complexity, because of the coverage. But
Most complexity is Julie. I don't know how she does it. God bless her down there,
but
right?
as it funnels back to finance, I understand the headache that they
There's
might
like the
have.
resolution.
But five departments all follow on different versions now. So, we were looking at it, we tabled it, we're waiting for you guys to figure out what is
Usually they have to.
necessary and what work for us. And
Yeah.
I think it works for all of us, it's great, it's sitting down.
Okay,
Just my opinion.
yeah, no, I'm sure there's more to come with you guys.
So- Well, I mean, we're working on getting off of Google, and moving to Microsoft and support for overall, not, and so the time tracking in Munis, right? That whole process is kind of separate.
Oh, okay. I think
Right,
I'm
so,
confusing
yeah,
the two then.
yeah.
There's the IT.
I
piece.
threw
Correct.
things out.
That's okay.
Okay, you're working on the IT piece then,
Yeah, yeah.
where we're
well,
looking at, and then the Munis system
yeah,
is sort of a
right.
separate thing.
Yep.
But it's gonna all tie together eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
When we get our pieces, two of the, are a lot of the ancillary stuff we're paying for currently. This little system here, this
Mhm.
one here, that we recognize as a product. You know,
Right.
you know, it's something we need to do.
well, I would think it would need to be the right product, and I mean, having the departments in the room allows everybody to sort of say what works or what doesn't work. And I mean, I would think that the goal is to try to find something that everybody could work with.
Well, and then the end of the day with with tracking, and I mean, we'll have to approach all the unions too, right? I mean, it's not just buying the software. We gotta make sure that they sign off on it as well.
Okay. Well, it was interesting. I liked that. Thanks for my first real official committee meeting. It was good. That's all I have.
Anybody else got anything for tonight?
Yeah, I did have one
Right.
more thing that I skipped over. So Chief Wallace isn't here tonight, but he's creating a report similar to the fire department that we're gonna get every week.
Angelo's here.
But that's not Mr. Lawless,
No.
Mr. D'Angelo.
No, I know, but it's
Just, okay, so anyway, I'm just letting everyone know that they're gonna have a report as well, just like the police department. So
Okay.
that'll be cool stuff.
Kind of discussed as a like line by line, call by call.
I think so, yes.
So we did generate it, and we did questions on that. 85% of it's medical related, if
Yep.
the client is very concerned with our that report. So once we clarify that.
Yeah, there's no clarification. You can't give it to us as is, so, yeah.
We wouldn't give you, but the addresses are public information, listen to the scanner all day, so.
Correct.
See how that would be a violation, but we just want.
Yeah, I will, yeah, maybe even have Justin weigh in on that.
Well, does the addresses help you at all? I guess the first.
I don't,
no, I think it's
I
more
don't-
numbers.
So.
I don't
They're
think
looking
so.
more
It's
for
the numbers,
numbers,
the numbers and the type and,
What's the number of calls?
how many ambulance fires,
Right.
The report that we give you currently breaks it down by subgroups, there's like 9 different subgroups. There's 9 groups and subgroups within them, so we've been doing it by month, previous month. And also do it by year to date, but the report we provided today is typical what you would see year to date and previous month, being that in February. So it gives you, even goes as far as giving you the percentage of our overall call volume for that subset. So the fair enough information is provided.
Anything else for tonight's agenda?
I don't have anything.
Do you have any open conversations?
I am curious about the contracts that are in this meeting. Are any of them new? Like, or were you just sticking with the same, or is that something that's looked at every year? Who we award things to?
So for ours, RFP. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
So every year, all of those contracts that you see on the agenda tonight get put out to RFP. So anybody is open to put in for them. We generally get the same one or two people who are putting in. I believe this year we did have more competitive for not so much state but intent. Whereas last year, one group ended up getting everything. This year, we're dividing it up between two different people who bid on the project because one was cheaper with some stuff and one was.
Okay, that's great.
So trying to keep costs down as much as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, every year we put it on bid.
Okay.
I did have a question for you.
Sure.
Do we give precedent to city-run businesses when we send out an RFP?
No, and I don't know that it allows that in our procurement process.
Oh, okay.
I would have to go back and look.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I don't even look at whether it's city run or not. I can tell you that for the tents and the stages, neither of those are city.
Right.
They're all both out of the city.
Okay.
Can we do such a thing?
Yeah, for professional services.
Right.
It's gotta be, it's.
Take it wherever it's coming from.
Right, absence of.
Yeah, there's like 3 criteria that tell you like past performance, if we had an issue with one of the contractors. Maybe they didn't follow through with what they were supposed to do, then we can exclude them from the next year. When they put their bid in, for exclusion if he didn't perform properly last time. So I think there's 3 different reasons why we can choose not to hire. Well, like Justin said, professional services is different. Professional services, like engineering, for instance, because you hold a professional license, state federal procurement process allows you to just pick an engineer. You don't necessarily have to put engineering out to bid because they already hold a professional license, and there's a small group of people. So there's certain criteria to be met for professional services. All right.
You know what is this, what is it, a screen plant?
I was gonna ask that.
It's some kind of big
That-
machine that
Yep,
does something.
so that is a.
Sifting sand.
It's a screening plant,
Yeah.
so.
For the beach?
Are they gonna do?
Yeah,
this
so that
beach
would
and
be
then
used
dirt?
for a few different things, so if you've been up to Reeves Lane within the last couple of years. You notice that we take all of our leaf mulch, we put it off to the side. And then we mix some of our existing topsoil with that, we turn it a few times every year and we create our own topsoil. That topsoil has to be screened. The last few years, we've been hiring a company with a screen plant to come in and do that. Where buying that screen plant, we'll be able to do that ourselves.
That's used too.
When will the cost savings, we'll see it? Like, I'm assuming that,
Yeah, I'm not, that's one of Michael's, so I'm not 100% sure, but that'll get used a lot. We use that at the beach to screen the sand. We were actually just throwing around some ideas with Plattsburgh Little League about doing events out there, so. If we do sand soccer, we can screen sand, put that out there so we can have sand soccer tournaments. We rent a screen every year to screen the volleyball.
Looking at doing South Acres, making the last field, more of a little league field. We take topsoil from this. And use that to do the work out there with.
Yeah.
So it saves, that would be a huge savings just by us using our own stuff, not paying anybody else.
so it's not recreation though, but it's public works because it's.
Yeah, that's Public Works, but the topsoil that Public Works makes will be used for recreation stuff. Parks, we use a lot of topsoil on our.
And that's CHIPS money, I believe.
Yes, I believe that was
It's all chips.
reverse chips. Yeah, it is because I remember he had one screen plant that he was looking at because it had too many hours on it, so in order for chips to reimburse it, it had to have less hours on it, so he did.
I like the screening of the sand, made me think about the needles that are down there and putting kids on the beach and yoga and. Asking them on, it's-
Well, and you have to redo some of our fields too. making our own product is gonna make it a lot cheaper to redo, because then we, you know, we have labor. It's more labor intense at that point than product intense.
Cool.
It's really the prevailing wage rate, paying somebody else.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
that prevailing wage rate kills us.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, and then even if we want to redo any of the fields, I mean, we have this, we have our own products.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool. Thank you. I'll see you.
The big vacuum truck we bought a while back. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that work.
Yeah.
That, we had the,
You mean the one for the streets?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when they have a water line break, have you seen?
Oh,
it?
no, I didn't see
What's
that.
that?
That is, I mean, I watched this the other night. Sunday, we had a water line break, or was it Monday? It was Monday,
Monday.
up on, Belmont and, Flagler. Oh my God, you should see that machine.
What's it do?
So that's
It's
the, that's the back truck.
Yeah.
We call it Camel. So basically it's got a big vacuum on it and it also holds water. So it's a hydro excavation machine. So you have a high pressure washer essentially. You can cut the earth with it. And then it turns it into mud and then that sucks it into the truck. Then it has a big press inside of it. It presses the water out. You can dump the water into the sewer, which will save room. And then we can just take the dry material that's left in the truck and bring it to our facility. So this truck, this newer truck actually has a higher suction rating on it. It's got a bigger motor on it.
Don't use the example you
I
gave
was not
me.
gonna use that example, but so, the reason why they were looking at this truck, is because the existing truck is getting, I think it's like 6 or 7 years old. So we wanted to get a second one, just in case this one starts to go. That truck gets used a lot.
Yeah, well, the guys had such a hard time finding the water, the leak, because the frost is so far in the ground. The water was coming up from different places, so they dug down, and of course, there was, the leak wasn't there. The third hole they actually dug down, they finally found the leak, and there was already a patch. There's a patch from years ago, it's a tap in the middle of it was actually, they took the patch off, and there was actually a 1-inch hole right at the top of the pipe. And that's, so it had been a tap for something years
Yeah,
ago, who knows?
So skate, when they
You
did
know.
skate, they had already put
Yeah.
basically pre-taps in the line, so they wouldn't have to go back and do it. The more than likely that tap blew out, so they took and put a Band-Aid over.
So
the top
there
of it.
was a lot of complaints about another person's work.
Yeah.
What they did.
Yeah.
Jason's been here 20 years. He doesn't, he has no recollection of doing that patch. And that was a two-piece, that was a two-sided patch where they bolt on both sides. The new ones are all one-sided. They've been using those for almost 20 years, so.
Yeah, so.
God only
I
knows how
I've
long that other
seen
patch.
two-sided Band-Aids
So,
before.
But God, those guys were there for 8 hours a day and, you know, and they were soaked. You should see the amount of water in the hole and stuff. And it wasn't 20 below, but it still wasn't 80 degrees either.
This is
you
up
know?
on Flagler?
Yeah,
Right by the
Yeah.
park.
yeah, right in front of that park. So, you know, I hung out with them for a little while. It was actually interesting, so.
And their water is good to drink today.
Yes, they got clear today. Yeah. Yeah, but that was, that big machine is something else. If you ever get an opportunity, you wonder if it's worth what we spent on that. It was incredible. I don't know how much longer it would take. Yeah. How much longer do you think it would take to do those without that truck? That truck probably saved, I don't know how many hours.
Well, one of the biggest things people realize, a lot of lines, when they put them in the ground, they backfill with the existing material. They have a lot of clay. So trying to dig through clay with a shovel around the utility line is not fun. With that machine, particularly when you have gas lines or electrical lines, you can use that to suck the dirt right on those lines, where an excavator, you're not gonna be able to dig without destroying these lines. So that's when that tool comes in real handy, because you can do real finite work around those utilities without destroying them, possibly your problem.
I want to buy the used one now, the old one now. That thing would be awesome. But yeah, that was interesting. Yeah,
You probably buy them.
we can't afford five.
Yeah.
Right.
Would like to. But no, it was amazing to see. So, you know, because I questioned the price of it when we bought it. Now, knowing the full extent of what it does, I have no issue. I understand 100% why we did. It was a really good investment. And when they start that power washer, and they blow away the bottom, and then the next thing you know, they got it so clean.
Work.
Yeah, it's
Well, we
crazy.
used to get scaling on the pipes from sitting in the ground. So as you expose the pipe, you're taking water from buckets and dumping it on the pipe, clean the pipe off. You've got scaling, so you have a tool, a descaling tool that you're running over the edge of that to clear the
It's
scaling.
chain with two handles on it.
Right. So a lot of times with that pressure washer, it's such a high pressure, you hit that on the pipe and it removes the scaling. So the guy aren't out in the hole doing that, getting tired. It just, the process is so much quicker. with that.
Does it blow up a weak pipe? You know how you're not supposed to power wash something?
I haven't
Never
seen
seen
it
it.
happen. I mean.
I'm guessing it could happen if you
It's
hit the
pretty,
wrong
it's
spot.
pretty powerful. And normal pressure washer is pretty powerful. That one is,
That's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so just, I know, you know, we buy a lot of equipment, we don't sometimes never used it in these pieces, so just sort of a little bit of, you know, just from going up there Monday was amazing, so. If you ever get an opportunity to stop and see them when they're doing those, it's pretty impressive.
I just figure they don't want us to bug them while they're working.
If you bring coffee and donut, it usually goes better.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Well, just while you're up here, I thought it was really cool, in case anybody doesn't know that, Mayor Hughes and a lot of the teammates, it was Andrew and Emily and Bianca from RAC and Stewart all came to Rotary and did a presentation, which is great. I mean, it's getting you guys out in front of a lot of people in the community that care about the city and they care about what you're doing. And I thought it was great. You kind of went over how many grants. I mean, we see it week to week, but it's when you see a number like they're working with $30 million worth of active grants, like not money that we might get, but like they're doing work with it, actively working with it. And I think that's cool because it comes across our desk and I don't always put it together like that. But it was really cool. And I think it's good for the community to know. And it's good for them to see. And I think it was good that you kind of brought them, you know.
I think it's awesome
Yeah.
that I can brag that we have three amazing folks working upstairs that are all Plasma State graduates. I love bragging about that. I really do. I think it's really cool. And Kurt Gerbich is a big portion of that.
Yeah.
And you know, all three of them are really vested in our community, and that's to watch them work and they work together. It's pretty exciting. And I think Rotary got a taste of that.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, it was really good.
So
Yeah, thank you for doing it.
next time we'll bring somebody else. Maybe we'll bring finance. Imagine getting Richard out.
Put your tap shoes on.
My vote's for both.
Yeah, public works would be good. Our Rotary Club went to,
Yeah, yeah. No, each time we'll bring somebody different, you know, I think it's good for, you know, people hear about the fire department, but they don't know your faces, and the library. We brought up, you know, we always talk about the library and some of the things you're doing there. They don't know your faces, and I think it's important we start getting you guys out more often. Emily, it didn't hurt, did it?
no.
It was actually kind of fun, wasn't it?
We actually presented.
Yeah, no, but it's, you know, I brought you guys up at the State of the City, you know, because you guys, you know, your story series and everything you've got going on there. And it's kind of cool to sit and brag about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, it is. And Janelle, I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
when we came, it had to have been 3 or 4 years ago now. Maybe even, was it before COVID? I can't even remember. But our Rotary Club came through, and it's just neat to see how you guys operate, and it's such a complex facility and with a lot of layers. And I remember you being in the lab and you were doing really cool things, and I just was really impressed. And you know, with John Ruff there, he was making sure that we didn't put certain things down into the system. And you know, he had some stories about that, but it's good to go see it. I should go back again because I'm sure there are new things.
I love the catch the ducks in that one collection thing. And they always save the ducks, and they put them away and they warm them up, and then they let them go at the end of the
We're
day.
talking about real ducks.
Yeah, yes, that's serious. How many ducks have they saved in that one section? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it happens quite often, so, you know, it's pretty cool. Nobody knows that they do those things, and I think it's pretty neat.
Well, we still want to come and meet with you, and I don't know if Jackie was going to put that. She's the liaison, I think, with you guys, and we've been waiting to come and see. Or is Julie?
Julie came last Friday.
No. I thought we were going as a group. Well, I didn't mean to miss it. Maybe I missed it. No, that's, well, then I'm just gonna schedule it with you, cause I'd like to come and see you, and if, I know we were gonna try to do it as a group, but.
Very good. He doesn't have another 30 minutes.
All right, we'll shoot for maybe next Friday, but I'll text you or call you.
Last week, we were back in the executive session, they all said goodbye to him. Anything else?
I got
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little blurb in about owning our own tents. And I know it's more costly for us to set them up, but at some point, I think we should own our own
And-
tents.
If we invest in tents, he has to go ask Mike to set them up, right? How's that? Yeah?
I'll buy it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
He's gonna buy them.
Always gonna buy them so that I have to confront Mike to
Yeah,
get people to put them up. Okay, all right, yeah, I hear you. Okay,
And- and
complaint withdrawn.
You know, in all fairness, so DPW does cover a lot of ground. And
I know.
They're out, they were down at, I believe they did hit Peace Point today, right? We're cutting, a lot of the underbrush, Peace Point.
Yeah.
We're clearing a lot of the waterfront right now. While we have a little pound time in between stuff. I mean, we got benches down there staring at trees. So they're down there, you know, cleaning the underbrush so you can actually go down there, have lunch, sit at a bench and see the water. So we have a new initiative, we're gonna start working back and forth on the waterfront. And like, those guys, I mean, there's so many acres right now of parkland in the city that we take care of, that it's hard. It's been a rough winter, we've had some, you know, we do have to discuss, we had some issues with the sidewalks last week. That's something we should actually talk about, the way the law is written. The law's written kind of funny that, you know, you have 24 hours after the end of an event. Well, if nobody calls the end of an event, then our building inspector's office can't go and enforce these laws. And we've had a system kind of, it's not working, so we need to change it. And I've talked to Justin and we're looking at different ways we can change that. And we may have to adjust the local law for that. Because I've had a lot of folks, and understandably, we had a lot of people not clear their sidewalks, and that's not, we have a lot of people that like to walk around our city, because the city's beautiful. I like to walk around myself, and we have to make sure it's safe for them, so we're gonna look at that law, and we're gonna make something better, so that, you know, we can have, not one department, and it says city official, so anybody can call the end of the storm. And we have to figure out, what is a snow event? There is no definition of snow event. Is it 2 inches? Is it, you know, and listen, we don't have to overthink it either. The thing is, if your sidewalks are bad, clean them.
It's
So,
very difficult to deal with the ice situation when like snow melts and then it's
Right.
ice and then it's just like you put as much salt or whatever and just still all just melt again and freeze again, so.
when it's 20 below, salt doesn't work, we find out too, right? So, no, but it's just so things.
To me, there's an inherent unfairness of the law, because there are a lot of folks who own homes in the city that don't have sidewalks. And the financial burden is greater on those people who do have sidewalks than it is for those people who do not. There's a financial cost that comes with having a sidewalk in front of your house that you then have to clean, and your insurance is liable if somebody slips and falls in front of your house. And that's another burden that's on people who don't have sidewalks in front of their houses. Look that up.
And I believe the law says the sidewalks have to be passable, not so much like
And
clear
that's a
down to
subjective
the.
term. And
sidewalk.
so it doesn't matter if somebody slips and falls, you're financially liable.
But that's why we're looking at it. We shouldn't have a discussion about a law. It should be self-explanatory.
Right.
So that's why we are looking at it. You know, we've had a lot of complaints, from just about all over the city, center city, everywhere, so. We're gonna look at it, together, we'll come up with a solution and we'll move it forward.
Cool.
Chill on the Hill is on Saturday.
Yes.
Forgot all about that.
We're gonna have snow.
Yes, we are expected to get about 6 inches of snow Friday or tomorrow, starting at 2 until midnight. So we'll be doing a little bit of snow cleanup and then have a party in the snow for Chill on the Hill on Saturday.
Just
And
like
the-
last year.
Yes.
The ice rink is open down there too. A lot of people don't realize it's open.
Yeah.
you bringing skates?
No, I'm not, right. If we have hockey, I will.
So the one, there was a little bit of snow on the rink. We left that on there for the last couple days, because with the 40-degree temperature and the sun being out, we didn't want the ice to melt for the event. So that'll all be cleaned off, we'll be ready to go for Saturday. We are working on, Joel, myself and his crew, the lights on the ice skating rink, those aren't on a timer. So we have to manually turn those on and off, so without having anybody working at nighttime, we haven't been doing that. So we're getting those put on a timer, so hopefully that will be done by tomorrow. So that those lights will come on at the same time as the sledding hill lights, and then everything will shut off at 10 o'clock.
We gotta get that building fixed. That building needs to be fixed. And then we're working on it. CV Tech is, you know, we gotta get up and figure that, we gotta start
Yeah.
planning it, 'cause we need that building fixed.
Is that part of the capital project?
No, so this one, we're actually working with CV Tech and Sunrise Rotary. And some other people looking to do some donations, hopefully tear the building down to its foundation. CV Tech building walls at the school, and then transporting the walls to the site and basically rebuilding what's there. Putting a big window in the front, so if parents have multiple children, one's out sledding, one needs to go to the bathroom, they can go in, bring the kid to the bathroom, just to look out the window and keep an eye on their kid sliding down the hill. So just kind of upgrading everything, but stripping everything down the foundation.
And right now, it's not ADA compliant. If we're only, I think, I don't remember the exact thing, but it will be ADA compliant.
Yeah, so we gotta make door thresholds a little bit bigger, we'll have to put fixtures in there, ADA accessible fixtures. And then pave a walk path essentially behind the fence that would take you around to the bathroom.
Cool.
We can't go on the side because it's for the kids' side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How close are you financially?
I'd say we're fairly close.
Financial.
Well, like how much are you raising and like before you?
We're not, we're trying not to spend anything.
Yeah, we're trying not to spend anything, so that's where like CV Tech's coming in.
Yeah.
Sunrise Rotary is working
We
with.
got some really good donations. Yep, we had a roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. we put
Yeah,
that
so we
stuff.
had one contractor wants to donate to the roof.
We have to maintain our properties. I mean, that's where we've been really bad as a city. I mean, these properties, that building shouldn't be in that condition. There's no reason for it to be like that. We can't afford to keep redoing these things.
There's a
We
reason
have to
it's not a good
maintain
one.
Huh?
There's a reason it's not a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, 100%. I mean, we lost the Crate Center because, you know, failure to maintain it, and that's not good. But so we have to do better. So we are looking at all our properties, and if we need a new roof, I mean, we're gonna have to find money to do it.
Are you gonna be able to do that this year?
We're hoping to start in spring.
If I have to do it myself, it's gonna get done this year.
I think you've said that a couple times about a couple things.
Put your work boots on.
Yep. No, listen, I'm dead serious. I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, that's such a beautiful, you watch the kids that are down there and there's no place for them to go inside, warm up for a few minutes. What's his name? Owens Valley Vending, so you get a hot chocolate machine down there. You know, we got a lot of good folks in our community that want to help out. And they want to see that. When every time we have 30, 40 kids down there, guess what? Not getting in trouble, right? That's what we want. They're not on their iPads. And we have to look at that, that sliding, that going down to the park.
Yeah, we got some ideas.
We have to do something because the kids are flying down there and they're going right into the
Yeah,
playground.
Justin and I looked at that this morning when we were there.
Yeah, I was watching the other day. It took the,
Like. launch it
Yeah,
off?
yeah, they're using the berm as a launch.
yeah,
And it's shooting them into
Yeah.
the berm. The point of the berm was supposed to be to stop them from getting to the swing set. And they're using it as a launch. The problem is we put fencing across it. And then they rip the fencing out because they want to use it as a launch. So essentially what we're gonna have to do is pull the berm and then put some kind of a permanent fence along the playground. So that when they're sliding, they're running into the fence instead of running into the playground.
Is it dangerous to have it there?
There's different types of fence we could do that aren't running into like a hardwood fence or.
well, somebody's gonna get hurt.
End up in the creek, right?
It's a
Dylan?
consequence for Rich and Mark.
Yes.
There you go. That's
I'm sorry, that's what
I was
we
just
did.
thinking how fun those jumps
Yeah.
are. but-
It's
If
rich
it-
environment.
If it
Forty
were
by
me,
Georgia.
and I don't think it's out there for
They're not
kids,
guys, they're gonna learn.
I would be hitting that jump and jumping off my sled to try to land on the swing and swing down.
There you go.
Exactly, on your feet.
I would
in-
still try that today and might have to try it. on
I pay
Saturday.
money to see that.
Yes. So, yeah,
That's great.
so we're working on it. We're talking about this one.
I mean, nobody's been hurt, right? Like, or they.
Actually, the only complaint that I got about somebody who got hurt was an adult. So.
That was trying.
It was
out.
you.
I
That
was
was
like-
They can do a little more damage.
No, but it's tough
Yeah.
because the way it's configuration and.
The problem is the playground is right in front of the two chutes on that side.
Yeah.
So kids wanna use the chutes, but it shoots you right in the playground.
Yeah.
So there was talk about maybe trying to take the chutes and curve them away from the playground, but then you're shooting the kids into other kids that are coming down the hill to the side, so there's.
and
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
DPW hates those berms,
Yeah.
cause they gotta mow around
They gotta
them.
mow
Oh my
around them.
god, every time I see
Really
guys
whack,
mowing.
You can't get a mower on them, so the guys are having to weed whack.
Yeah, oh, they hate those.
It's because it's so steep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hate those.
They lost the ball.
Oh my god, yeah. That's one of the first questions they asked. Can't do that. I mean, geez, they've been there since I was a kid, right? I mean, that's part of the mystique of Fox Hill, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want mowing around them,
Yeah, sure.
so.
So chill on the hill on Saturday, hopefully 6 inches of fresh snow.
And it's 11 to 2? 11 to 2.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's correct. A bunch of sponsors. I can't name them all, so I'm not gonna name any of them.
It's a beer garden.
I don't,
This one?
there's a beer garden there.
There's no beer garden this time?
Not this
You have to do hot chocolate.
year. Yeah, hot chocolate. Provided by one of our sponsors. Well, not gonna name
And it was
them,
really
but-
good last year, too. Hot chocolate was awesome last year.
Yeah.
Very
we see how it is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
Everybody good? Good. We will, I'll adjourn. We'll come back at 5:30.